right, well, I'm shocked. We actually have some open seats here in the back. So I'm anticipating we're still going to have some more families coming in. So if you could just make sure that if there's a chair in between you and somebody else, we could kind of all move together because we are anticipating that we're going to have a packed house today since we're only doing one concert. So just please be mindful of that when people are coming in, if you're coming in with a pair or two and there's some open seats. So thank you for coming today to be here to celebrate and recognize all of our students here. So we have lots of musicians in front of us. We have our choir, round of applause for our choir. We have our amazing orchestra. And then we have our terrific band who is currently in the music room, but let's give them a round of applause. It takes a village to be able to make this music department successful. So thank you to all of the families who are supporting your kids in their music journey. And obviously a big thank you to all of our music teachers, Mr. Heyer, who teaches our orchestra, Mrs. Robley, who is our band, and Mrs. Fables, who is our choir director. And none of this would be possible without these fantastic kids who are in front of you, who are taking their time to go home and practice their instruments to try to get better and be more successful in their music journey. So also big thank you to all of you for all of your time and dedication. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Heyer, who's going to get us started this afternoon. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Heyer, the orchestra teacher here at Whitney. We are so excited today to showcase the musical talents of all of our student musicians who've been doing this since September. Our orchestra, our band, our choirs, they all started in September and they were all brand new beginners, and now you're going to see all a whole year's worth of progress and musical success. We're going to start out with the orchestra today. And as Mrs. Hawk said, we're trying something different. This is an experiment. If we hate it, we won't do it again. We're trying to do one concert instead of two. It is a little bit much on our student musicians to sit through two concerts in a row, keeping them focused, and then for us, the instruments start to go out of tune as the temperature goes up in the gym. It's just easier to try to do one concert. So we're kind of treating this like an auditorium. So imagine you're at Strongsville High School Auditorium, and this is the stage area, on and off stage with groups, which says setup, right? So we're going to see how this goes. I did want to say, parents across the back, at the very end, we have a big grand finale with all three of our groups. I'm going to have violins and viola players entering from that door and surrounding the gym. So they're going to need space. We're not at that moment. It'll be a while. But when they get here, if you could please give them space, they're going to surround the gym using that back aisle. So if you could take his chair or move it, that would be very appreciative when we reach that point. All right, we're going to go ahead and start. Before we begin, let me introduce the instruments in the orchestra. Because fourth graders, you guys are here, believe it or not, in a few months, not that far from now. I know you're thinking, oh, it's the end of the school year, but the beginning of the school year will be here before you know it. We'll be demonstrating all the instruments that you'll have the opportunity to choose to try, and then be in one of our, and learn to play an instrument next year, and you could be here with the band or the orchestra a year from now. So real quick, I'm going to have the orchestra kids hold up these instruments for you. We'll start with the violins, the highest sounding instrument in the orchestra. And then if we go to the middle of the orchestra, the instrument that literally plays the middle notes, the violas, they look like violins. Right now they're the same size, but eventually they don't stay that way as the students get older. Right behind me sitting is our cellos. These instruments play more of the tenor voice of the orchestra. And then over here we have on bass, Fiona, we have Mr. Tyson, who's joining us today also to help us out. Those are the string instruments that we offer in the orchestra. And without further ado, I'm going to have a student, Fiona's going to come over and tell you about the very first song we're going to start with.
Hello, my name is Fiona and I play the bass in the Whitney Orchestra. The can-can is a high-energy dance that involves high kicks. The dance became popular in the 1840s. The can-can evolved over time into the famous kick line. French composer Jacques Offenbach composed his version of the popular can-can in 1840. This song is a fifth grade orchestra tradition. Enjoy.
Next, we're going to feature one of our musicians on a solo, and that is going to be Fiona on the bass. So Fiona came up to me a few weeks ago. She started learning a beautiful song called You Are My Sunshine and said, I would like to play this if you don't mind. So well, let's hear it. And it was really good. So we're going to feature her on the bass, and this song is so fitting on the bass. It's just such an awesome voice. So here's Fiona, You Are My Sunshine on the bass.
French folk song is a traditional melody from France. The song is slow and is fun and in 3/4 time. The beautiful melody is a perfect fit for our orchestra instruments. Enjoy the piece.
Beethoven lived from 1770 to 1827. He composed his Ninth Symphony after his loss of hearing from a disease. His famous melody from the symphony is called Ode to Joy. Most people recognize this piece. This song is played by the 5th grade orchestra every year. Listen carefully and as you hear these beautiful harmonies along with the happy melody.
My name is Alex, and I play the viola in the Whitney Orchestra. Fiddler's Hoedown is a traditional tune known as Boil the Cat and Them Cabbage Down. This first piece is fun to play. We will feature each section of the orchestra, the violins, violas, cellos, and the basses. We will even have some extra moves to add to the traditional feel. Kick back and relax as we play this fiddle tune.
Start out the song, we're going to have James Bigley play a short solo introduction before the orchestra starts.
band, yes. So bear with us. I think, like Mr. Hire said, it's our first time trying it like this. And didn't they sound wonderful? I do see some families or parents or teachers standing on the wall, and we do have, now would be a great time to like carefully scooch by some extra chairs over on this side of the gym. So if you wanted to get seated, band is going to play here also, and then choir will be after band.
Guy behind your brother.
I'm the band teacher here at Whitney, and we're really excited about our concert today. The students have worked really, really hard, and we have a lot of fun songs for you guys today. So we're going to have the students, just like the orchestra, introduce the pieces, and we're going to start by bringing Kimberly up to the microphone.
Hi, my name is Kimberly and I play flute in the 5th grade band. We will begin our concert by playing from our book, Michael Finnegan and Now Let Me Fly. These songs taught us to play a new type of note, eighth notes. We had to learn how to divide a beat equally to perform these songs. We hope you enjoy Michael Finnegan and Now Let Me Fly.
grade, and it is the lowest instrument in the band. It is called the tuba, and I'm going to have Mr. Tyson play that same song on the lowest instrument of the band. something different from your friends. You guys have heard us playing pretty much all the same notes. We play the songs and it's pretty much the same. Now is where it gets really fun because we're going to have maybe the trombones play something different from the trumpets, who play something different from the flutes, who play something different from our clarinet. And when you mix it all together, it just sounds super cool, and we need all of those instruments. So we're going to continue on with our concert. We're going to play some of those songs, and I think you'll hear the difference.
Hi, my name is Frankie and I play trombone in the 5th grade band. Our next piece is a song that we really enjoy playing. It has a fun breakout section in the middle that features a cool rock groove from the percussion section. We hope you enjoy Strongsville Rock.
My name is Owen and I play saxophone in 5th grade band. You heard the legendary of Tyrannosaurus Rex? Well, this is Tyrannosaurus Rex. Just imagine this huge dinosaur striking up a beat and joining us for an incredibly fun song. We hope you enjoy going back to the dinosaur era for a performance of Tyrannosaurus Rex.
name's Jacob, and I play trombone in the 5th grade band. Our next song is a classic at any dance party. Be ready to get your chicken jockey and join us. We perform this song, Chicken Dance.
My name is Luke and I play trumpet in the 5th grade band. Our next piece is called Rock Medley. It takes small pieces of rock songs and puts them together for one great mix. In this song we will play We Will Rock You, Seven Nation Army, Let's Go Band, Iron Man, and Hey I'm Sloopy. We hope you enjoy Rock Medley.
even shorter transition this time because any band students who are also in choir, you're going to leave your instruments on the floor. Go ahead, start doing that now. We're going to welcome back any of our orchestra students who are also in choir. Look at all of these double musicians. Give them a round of applause. Choir, please stand. Choir, please stand. Yeah, let's go on. And one more round of applause for the
make this a little bit easier.
Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring
has inspired Mrs. Robley and I to get together for a little thematic finale from all three groups. So, any choir students who are in band or orchestra, please quietly go to your station. And as they get to that transition, I'll remind you what Mr. Heyer said at the very beginning. Any parents or guests standing along the back wall, we're going to need you to find a seat in the audience because our orchestra students are actually going to be standing around us. It is going to be awesome.
Skywalker
So I think that we deserve to give all of our musicians one more big round of applause. All right, so a couple things as we're wrapping up. We are going to start with, I made myself a note here. We are going to start as far as exiting the space. We're going to have our orchestra, who is already so quietly, I didn't even notice they were walking out. They're already exiting out. We are then going to have band exit, followed by choir. Parents, we were asking if you can just stay seated until everybody's out, and then we will have you exit here through the main door. So once again, thank you to all of our parents who came out here to support our students. We can't do this without you, so thank you so much. This concert was live streamed, so if you would like to share this with family members who couldn't be here today, I can send that link out to all families. That way you have it and you can share it, because I know that many family members would love to see the music concert from today. So I will send that by the end of the day. So thanks again, and if you could just stay put for a couple minutes, and hope you have a great rest of your day.